Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about my Stage 2 Plus full bolt-on 535 F10 and show some of the results that I got when tuning it. So I got this 535 as a project car, and this past month I decided to make it full bolt-on, which got me thinking, why not make a video for people who own these cars and want to see if it's worth adding these performance mods. I searched YouTube but didn't find anything with good data, so I ordered the parts and started recording my own data from stock to Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 2 Plus. The tunes and performance parts used in this video are MHD Tuning, VRSF Intercooler, which is twice the size of the stock intercooler, and RVG Catalyst Downpipe. Before we jump into the different maps, I want to mention something: that if you own a stock F10 and plan to do a tune, please replace the OM charge pipe with a metal one. The OM is plastic and is going to break eventually even without the tune. You can get one on eBay for about $160 and it's very easy to replace it yourself. Now BMW says these cars make about 300 horsepower and 300 foot-pound of torque. At the stock the car feels very slow, but in my opinion you can always get some more juice out of a turbocharged BMW. So the first thing you can do is get a Stage 1 tune, which is only ECU tune if you don't want to go the extra step and add the performance mods. There are a lot of companies that tune these cars, but after my research I went with MHD Tuning, heard a good lot of words about them, asked them a couple of questions. They were very friendly to talk to, and by the way they're German, so they know what they're doing. Since I wanted to try different maps, I got the Super license, which is about $550 American dollars. It also includes the monitoring option, which is very cool. I think you should read the data when making some pulls to see where you can improve. As for the installation, it was very easy. Initial MHD installation takes about 40 minutes, which is why they recommend you connect the car to a charger, especially if you have a battery that's about to go bad. You don't want to screw up your ECU. People have gotten away without a charger, but I think it's a hit or miss situation, so you better be safe and hook it up to a charger. Going Stage 1 felt like the car woke up. It was more responsive and you could feel the pull when you press the gas. Funny thing is, when I put stock map again after a week, the car was very slow, so I had to pull over and flash Stage 1 real quick. It takes about 5 minutes to change map, even though the program it says 2 minutes. Maybe it's the connection, I don't know. I haven't tried the wireless way yet. So before I show you the videos, I want to apologize if there is no audio to some of them. I didn't notice that I was listening to music which YouTube doesn't allow to put without permission. Also, I want to mention that my friend who weighs about 200 pounds was with me in the car all the time to help me record the pulls. I would have gotten better numbers without him considering the extra weight, but the purpose was to see the difference between stock, Stage 1, Stage 2 and Stage 2 Plus. I'll do a video later to show my best runs, especially now that we're getting a little colder weather in Florida. So let's jump into Stage 0 and Stage 1 pulls. As you saw in the video, my best stock pull was about 5.93 seconds for 0 to 60 and 9.16 for the 1/8 of a mile. Here the car starts perfectly without the wheel spinning, since it doesn't have that extra torque from the tune. The 0 to 60 improved by a lot with Stage 1. My best run was about 5.20 seconds 0 to 60 and 8.68 1/8 of a mile, which was very impressive. Shaving about 0.73 seconds with just an ECU tune. I give props to MHD. Next on my list was going Stage 2. For Stage 2 you need to replace the OM downpipe with catalyst to remove the flow restriction. This one I had to do it at the shop since you need to drop the whole exhaust to create some room. I got the downpipe from RVG Performance for about $270. You can see it in the picture that the OM downpipe has filters that will restrict the flow. When you start up the car with the new downpipe, the car sounds more aggressive and you can see that the restrictions are gone when you rev it. Also, you can hear the burbles more clearly if you are a fan of those. With this stage, your torque will go up about 100 foot-pound over stock, and it was hard for me to do a 0 to 60 pull without the tires spinning. As you saw it in the video, the best time I got was 5.17 0 to 60, but that was with tire spinning, so realistically I would assume a flat or even less than 5 seconds for the pull if the tires didn't spin. Maybe if I put different tires to the rear I will get better times, but that's another video. I recorded some good data with stage 2, and one thing that I noticed was the very high IAT. When I did the pulls, the car went from 86 Fahrenheit to 133, which was mind-blowing to see a 47-degree difference. The highest temperature I've seen on the logs was 146 degrees, which is really bad. The next day I installed the VRSF intercooler. As you can see, it's side by side. The VRSF intercooler is about twice the size of the OM. This intercooler was heavier than I thought, but it was very well constructed. Took some time to install though, since it was a very tight fit. It helped to remove the fan from the top of the engine, so you can have more space to work. Later at night I did some pulls and was very impressed to see the temperature difference. Here is the data with the VRSF intercooler. As you can see, we started the pull at 79 Fahrenheit first gear, went down to 70 on a third, and up to 77 on the 6th gear. Just by looking at these graphs, I think the intercooler is a must-do upgrade. Just want to mention that at this stage it was impossible to do a 0-60 run without the tires spinning. According to MHD, the torque on stage 2 plus is about 165 foot-pound over stock, and you can really feel it when you step on the pedal. I was cruising through the city and I stepped at 40 miles an hour and the tire started to spin. So let's take a look at the stage 2 plus pull. As you saw, the tires did spin twice on the first gear, and I still got a reading of 5.36 seconds 0 to 60. I believe at this stage the car can easily do 4.8 seconds 0 to 60 if the wheels do not spin. Maybe those who have the X-Drive option, all-wheel drive, do not have this problem, or maybe I need to use different tires or transmission tune, I don't know. I'll look into that in the future. So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have zero regrets going stage 2 plus. If I were to buy another F10, I would go stage 2 plus again. I think it's the way the F10s should be from the factory, but I think they limited the power of the M55 to sell their 550i's V8s. Every performance mod I installed felt different from the previous. Stage 1 felt different from stock, Stage 2 from Stage 1, and Stage 2 Plus with the intercooler way different from Stage 2, especially you get the high amount of torque. My recommendation is to go straight to Stage 2 Plus if you want to save some money, but it's definitely worth it. I like the monitoring option that MHD has to offer. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine ordered the parts for his F10 after driving mine for a couple of minutes. I'm still continuing to record data as I drive it. My next video will be about making my fastest runs on Stage 2 Plus and trying the E85 mix, maybe a transmission tune, I'm not sure yet. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, and leave me any comments or questions of any data that you want to see or questions for any performance mod that you want to add to your car.